My dearest child, as I sit down to write this message to you, my heart is filled with love, hope, and a deep sense of purpose. I want to share with you a truth that has shaped my life and will undoubtedly shape yours as well. It is a truth that is simple yet profound, one that has the power to transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. That truth is this: acts of kindness, no matter how small, have a ripple effect and can come back to you in unexpected ways. Kindness is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It is a language that transcends barriers, a light that shines in the darkest of times, and a gift that keeps on giving. When you choose to be kind, you create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond the moment. Your small act of kindness can touch someone's heart, inspire them to be kind to others, and set off a chain reaction of positivity that you may never fully see or understand. In this message, I want to explore the depth and significance of this idea. I want you to understand why kindness is so important, how it has shaped the lives of those who came before you, and how it can guide you toward a life of purpose, fulfillment, and connection. Kindness is more than just a nice gesture or a polite word. It is a way of being, a way of seeing the world, and a way of connecting with others. Kindness is rooted in empathy, compassion, and a genuine desire to make the world a better place. It is about recognizing the humanity in others and treating them with respect, care, and understanding. Kindness can take many forms. It can be as simple as a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand. It can be as profound as forgiveness, generosity, or selfless service. No matter how small or large, every act of kindness has the power to make a difference. Kindness is not always easy. There will be times when it requires courage, patience, and sacrifice. There will be times when it feels easier to be indifferent or even unkind. But I want you to remember that kindness is always worth it. It is a reflection of your character, your values, and your heart. And it is a gift that you give not only to others, but also to yourself. When you perform an act of kindness, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond the moment. Like a pebble dropped into a pond, your kindness sends out waves that touch the lives of others in ways you may never see or fully understand. Imagine this: you hold the door open for a stranger. That small act of kindness brightens their day and puts a smile on their face. Inspired by your kindness, they go on to treat someone else with kindness. Perhaps they compliment a coworker or help a neighbor. That person, in turn, feels uplifted and passes on the kindness to someone else. And so the ripple effect continues, spreading positivity and connection throughout the world. The ripple effect of kindness is not always visible, but it is real. Your small act of kindness can have a profound impact on someone's life. It can give them hope when they are feeling down, remind them that they are not alone, and inspire them to be kind to others. And sometimes when you least expect it, your kindness can come back to you in unexpected ways. Kindness is not about expecting something in return. It is about giving freely, without conditions or ulterior motives. But the beautiful thing about kindness is that it often finds its way back to you, sometimes in ways you could never have imagined. Think of kindness as a boomerang. When you throw it out into the world, it may travel far and wide, touching the lives of others. But eventually it comes back to you, often when you need it most. This is not because kindness is transactional, but because the world has a way of rewarding those who live with an open heart. There will be times in your life when you are the recipient of kindness, when someone goes out of their way to help you, when a stranger's smile brightens your day, or when a friend's words lift your spirits. These moments are reminders of the power of kindness and the interconnectedness of all beings. They are also reminders that the kindness you give to others has a way of coming back to you, often in unexpected and beautiful ways. One of the most beautiful things about kindness is that it does not have to be grand or dramatic to make a difference. Small acts of kindness can have a profound impact on someone's life. A kind word, a listening ear, or a simple gesture of support can mean the world to someone who is struggling or feeling alone. Think of the small acts of kindness you have experienced in your own life. Perhaps it was a teacher who believed in you, a friend who stood by you during a difficult time, or a stranger who offered a helping hand when you needed it most. These small acts may have seemed insignificant at the time, but they left a lasting impression on your heart. Never underestimate the power of small acts of kindness, my child. They may seem small to you, but they can be life-changing for someone else. And when you perform these small acts consistently, they add up to create a life of meaning, connection, and purpose. To help you understand the ripple effect of kindness, let me share a few stories that illustrate its power. These stories are not just about the kindness of others, but about how that kindness created ripples that touched countless lives. There is a well-known story about a man walking along a beach covered in starfish that had been washed ashore. As he walked, he noticed a young boy picking up the starfish one by one and throwing them back into the ocean. The man approached the boy and said, "There are thousands of starfish on this beach. You can't possibly save them all. What difference does it make?" The boy picked up another starfish, threw it into the ocean, and replied, "It made a difference to that one." This story is a powerful reminder that no act of kindness is too small. Even if you can't help everyone, you can make a difference to someone. And that difference can create ripples that extend far beyond the moment. One day, a woman walked into a coffee shop and ordered a cup of coffee. When she went to pay, the barista told her that her coffee had already been paid for by the person in front of her. Surprised and touched, she decided to pay for the coffee of the person behind her. This chain of kindness continued throughout the day, with each person paying for the next person's coffee. By the end of the day, dozens of people had experienced the joy of giving and receiving kindness. This story shows how one small act of kindness can inspire others to be kind, creating a ripple effect that spreads joy and connection. A man walking down the street noticed a homeless person sitting on the sidewalk, holding a sign that read, "Hungry, please help." The man didn't have much money, but he bought the homeless person a meal and sat down to talk with him. During their conversation, he learned that the homeless person had once been a successful businessman, but had fallen on hard times. The man offered words of encouragement and promised to help him get back on his feet. Years later, the man received a letter from the homeless person who had turned his life around and started a successful business. In the letter, he thanked the man for his kindness and explained how that small act of compassion had given him the hope and motivation to change his life. This story is a testament to the power of kindness to transform lives. It shows how a small act of compassion can create ripples that lead to profound change. At the heart of kindness is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy allows you to see the world through someone else's eyes, to feel what they are feeling, and to respond with compassion and care. Empathy is not always easy. It requires you to step outside of yourself, to set aside your own concerns, and to truly listen to others. But it is one of the most important qualities you can cultivate, my child. It is the foundation of kindness, connection, and understanding. When you approach the world with empathy, you're able to see the humanity in everyone you meet. You're able to recognize their struggles, their joys, and their dreams. And you're able to respond with kindness, even in difficult situations. While it is important to be kind to others, it is equally important to be kind to yourself. Self-kindness is about treating yourself with the same compassion, care, and understanding that you offer to others. It is about recognizing your own worth, honoring your needs, and giving yourself permission to be imperfect. Self-kindness is not about being selfish or self-indulgent. It is about creating a foundation of self-love and self-respect that allows you to show up fully in the world. When you are kind to yourself, you are better able to be kind to others. You are able to give from a place of abundance rather than depletion. Practice self-kindness every day, my child. Be gentle with yourself when you make mistakes. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and take care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. When you are kind to yourself, you create a ripple effect of positivity that extends to everyone around you. Kindness is not just something you do. It is a way of life. It is a mindset, a perspective, and a commitment to making the world a better place. When you choose to live with kindness, you create a life of meaning, connection, and purpose. Make kindness a daily practice, my child. Look for opportunities to be kind, no matter how small. Smile at a stranger, offer a helping hand, or simply listen with an open heart. When you make kindness a habit, it becomes a natural part of who you are. Remember that kindness is not about being perfect. There will be times when you fall short, when you are tired or frustrated, or when it feels easier to be indifferent. But even in those moments, you can choose kindness. You can choose to respond with compassion, to forgive yourself and others, and to keep moving forward. As you take small steps toward a life of kindness, remember that your actions have the power to create a lasting legacy. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a world that is more compassionate, more connected, and more loving. Your legacy is not just about the big achievements or the grand gestures. It is about the small, consistent acts of kindness that you perform every day. It is about the love you share, the connections you build, and the ripples of positivity you create. When you live with kindness, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life, touching the lives of countless others, and you leave the world a better place than you found it. My dear child, as you embark on your journey, I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in your capacity for kindness, your ability to make a difference, and your potential to create a life of meaning and purpose. I hope that you will approach the world with an open heart, a spirit of generosity, and a commitment to kindness. I hope that you will recognize the power of small acts of kindness and the ripple effect they create. And I hope that you will always remember that kindness is a gift that keeps on giving, one that can come back to you in unexpected and beautiful ways. You are capable of extraordinary things, my child. Never doubt that. And never forget that I am here, cheering you on every step of the way. As you grow, my child, you will begin to notice how kindness manifests in everyday life. It is not always in grand gestures or dramatic moments. Often it is in the quiet, unnoticed acts that kindness truly shines. A smile to a stranger on the street, holding the elevator door for someone rushing in, or simply listening to a friend who needs to talk. These are the moments where kindness creates ripples. Imagine a day in your life where you choose to be kind at every opportunity. You start your morning by greeting your family with warmth and gratitude. At school or work, you offer help to a classmate or colleague who is struggling. On your way home, you let someone merge into traffic with a friendly wave. Each of these actions may seem small, but they contribute to a culture of kindness that can transform your environment. When you make kindness a habit, it becomes second nature. You begin to see the world through a lens of compassion and empathy. You notice the struggles of others and feel compelled to help, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. This is the essence of a kind heart, and it is something I hope you cultivate throughout your life. Did you know, my child, that kindness is not just a moral virtue, but also a scientifically proven way to improve your well-being? Studies have shown that acts of kindness release oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, which promotes feelings of warmth and connection. Kindness also reduces stress, boosts your immune system, and increases your overall happiness. When you perform an act of kindness, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This creates a helper's high, a natural boost in mood that comes from doing good. Over time, practicing kindness can rewire your brain to seek out and appreciate positive interactions, making you a happier and more resilient person. Kindness is also contagious. When you witness an act of kindness, your brain is more likely to mimic that behavior. This is why kindness has a ripple effect. It inspires others to be kind, creating a cycle of positivity that can spread through communities and even across the world. There will be times in your life, my child, when kindness feels difficult. When you are tired, stressed, or facing your own challenges, it can be hard to extend kindness to others. But it is in these moments that kindness is most important. Kindness during difficult times is a testament to your strength and character. It shows that you are able to rise above your own struggles and offer compassion to others. It also reminds you that you are not alone, that there are people who care about you and are willing to help, just as you are willing to help them. Think of kindness as a light in the darkness. When you are going through a tough time, a small act of kindness can be a beacon of hope. It can remind you that there is goodness in the world and that you are capable of creating it. And when you extend kindness to others during their struggles, you become that light for them. Gratitude and kindness are deeply interconnected. When you practice gratitude, you become more aware of the kindness around you. You notice the small acts of love and support that others offer, and you feel inspired to pay it forward. Gratitude also amplifies the ripple effect of kindness. When you express gratitude for someone's kindness, It reinforces their behavior and encourages them to continue being kind. It creates a positive feedback loop where kindness and gratitude feed into each other, creating a cycle of positivity. Make gratitude a part of your daily life, my child. Take a moment each day to reflect on the kindness you have received and the kindness you have given. Write it down, say it out loud, or simply hold it in your heart. When you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, you deepen your capacity for kindness and create a foundation of joy and connection. One of the most profound forms of kindness is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning hurtful behavior or forgetting the past. It is about releasing resentment and choosing to move forward with compassion and understanding. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself as much as to others. When you hold on to anger and resentment, it weighs you down and prevents you from fully experiencing joy and connection. But when you choose to forgive, you free yourself from that burden and open your heart to love and kindness. Forgiveness also has a ripple effect. When you forgive someone, it can inspire them to reflect on their actions and make amends. It can create an opportunity for healing and reconciliation, not only in your relationship, but in the broader community. Remember, my child, that forgiveness is a process. It takes time, patience, and courage. But it is one of the most powerful acts of kindness you can offer, both to others and to yourself. As you grow, you may find yourself in positions of leadership, whether in your family, your community, or your career. Kindness is one of the most important qualities of a great leader. A kind leader inspires loyalty, fosters collaboration, and creates an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. Kindness in leadership is not about being soft or avoiding difficult decisions. It is about leading with empathy, integrity, and respect. It is about recognizing the strengths and contributions of others and empowering them to reach their full potential. When you lead with kindness, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. You set an example for others to follow, and you create a culture of kindness that can transform organizations and communities. While kindness often starts on a personal level, its impact can be global. Think of the movements and initiatives that have changed the world. Many of them were rooted in kindness and compassion. From humanitarian efforts to environmental activism, kindness has the power to drive meaningful change on a large scale. When you choose to live with kindness, you contribute to a global movement of love and connection. Your small acts of kindness may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they are part of a larger tapestry of goodness that spans the world. Kindness also reminds us of our shared humanity. In a world that can often feel divided, kindness bridges gaps and brings people together. It reminds us that we are all connected, that we all have the capacity for love and compassion, and that we all have a role to play in creating a better world. As you practice kindness, my child, you will also discover more about yourself. Kindness is a mirror that reflects your values, your strengths, and your heart. It shows you what you are capable of and reminds you of the goodness within you. Through kindness, you will learn about your capacity for empathy, your ability to connect with others, and your resilience in the face of challenges. You will discover that kindness is not just something you do, but something you are. It is a part of your essence, a reflection of your soul. Kindness also helps you grow. It challenges you to step outside of your comfort zone, to confront your biases, and to embrace vulnerability. It teaches you about the power of love, the importance of connection, and the beauty of being human. As you take small steps toward a life of kindness, remember that your actions have the power to create a lasting legacy. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a world that is more compassionate, more connected, and more loving. Your legacy is not just about the big achievements or the grand gestures. It is about the small, consistent acts of kindness that you perform every day. It is about the love you share, the connections you build, and the ripples of positivity you create. When you live with kindness, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life, touching the lives of countless others. And you leave the world a better place than you found it. My dear child, as you embark on your journey, I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe in your capacity for kindness, your ability to make a difference, and your potential to create a life of meaning and purpose. I hope that you will approach the world with an open heart, a spirit of generosity, and a commitment to kindness. I hope that you will recognize the power of small acts of kindness and the ripple effect they create. And I hope that you will always remember that kindness is a gift that keeps on giving, one that can come back to you in unexpected and beautiful ways. You are capable of extraordinary things, my child. Never doubt that. And never forget that I am here, cheering you on every step of the way. With all my love, your father,